Wanna learn that? Well, in this video, I will teach it to you step by step. My name is Jani, I'm known as JRJ Fit, and you're watching the Muscle Up Guide for Beginners. Alright, the contents of this video are listed on the screen. So we're gonna start with grip, then how to swing, pull and tuck your knees, then the transition onto the bar and the dip, and lastly the full muscle up as well as an easier variation. Let's look at the grip now. You see on the screen a standard grip for pull-ups. What you want to do is take an over grip. So you're gonna rotate your hand forwards and kind of grip over the bar. Next, I'll show you the false grip. This grip involves putting the bony part on top of the bar and then wrapping your hand around the bar. This is an advanced grip and it's hard to hold, but it will give you an even bigger advantage when doing muscle-ups because you don't need to rotate your wrist or adjust your grip in the middle of pulling. The next step is the swing. In order to get around the bar, you need to create some horizontal momentum, and that's why you're gonna initiate a little swing. Don't go crazy with the swing, just about 20 degrees forward is enough. While you're swinging, keep your scapula engaged, so you shouldn't be in a dead hang. Practice the proper swing by grabbing the bar and then gently kicking forward. Usually that gives you a big enough swing for the muscle up. This next part is, in my opinion, the most critical, and that is the pull and the knee tuck. In order to get around and on top of the bar, you need to get high enough, which requires you to create momentum, and that all starts here. So the key is timing, really. So you need to start pulling when your swing reaches its most forward position, and then it's important to time your knee tuck and pulling at the same time, so you will accelerate from the bottom, gain the most momentum possible. Another critical factor is the direction of pulling. You need to pull a bit away from the bar because the goal is to get around it and on top of it. So instead of the standard direction of pulling in, for example, pull-ups, where you pull just straight towards the bar, in the muscle up you need to pull away from the bar. I know it feels weird in the beginning, but that's the only way you will get on top of the bar because you cannot go through it. You can easily practice this part on its own. Just work on the timing and pull as high as you can a bit away from the bar. When you get stronger, you can eliminate some of the knee tuck and eventually you'll be able to do it with your legs perfectly straight. Once all the swinging and pulling is done, it's time to transition over the bar and press up. The key here is to stick your chest on the bar when you have pulled high enough. You can practice this first with a low bar where you can just jump on it and kind of get the feel of sticking your chest on the bar. But this part really is not that hard. It all comes down to the pulling, and when you have pulled high enough, getting on top of the bar will be easy. The last part is the bar dip. When you have pulled yourself on top of the bar, I argue that if you have pulled high enough in order to get on top of the bar, there is no way you cannot do a bar dip. I've seen some muscle up guides that have a bunch of exercises to train the bar dip, but I personally wouldn't waste my time on it. Just practice the pulling and timing. Keep doing your normal push workouts, and I'm sure you'll be able to do the bar dip when the time comes. Now that you've mastered all the previous parts, it's time to put everything together. You can first practice the full muscle up with the help of a resistance band. Just strap the band on the bar, put it under your foot, and start practicing. When doing the muscle up with a band, you don't want to do the knee tuck. Instead, keep your legs straight to get the full benefit of the resistance band. You can start with a thick band, and when you get stronger, gradually switch to a thinner band and then eventually to no band at all. When practicing the full muscle up, make sure to tuck your knees at first, and when you unlock the movement, you can then gradually eliminate the knee tuck and progress to a clean muscle up with perfectly straight legs. If you feel like strength is the limiting factor for you, I recommend doing pull-ups to build strength, but once you're able to do around 6 to 8 pull-ups with good form, you have the necessary strength to be able to do a full muscle up. Thanks for watching the whole video. I hope you feel like you can tackle the muscle up now with these tips. Good luck on your muscle up journey. If you want to see more free content like this, comment below what tutorial I should make next. Thanks again for watching. Let's get to work.